like this.
Oh, okay.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So we're back. Video, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button right now down below. Period. Make sure you follow Kennedy.
Yes, follow me. I'll put those in the description as well.
Yes, period. So we're back with another video. I see like people like us together.
Yeah, they liked the last video. Did y'all like our last conversation? Can you just like put that down below if you did? Or if y'all like want to hear other topics, can you put those down there? Because we'll talk about anything.
Just not.
Sorry. We just got a little sidetracked.
But yes, y'all. So
What's the thing you would just say on your phone?
like, don't piss me off.
Right.
So we are back with another video.
Yes.
So today we got some juicy topics.
We do.
So we're talking about boundaries and mental health, basically.
Yeah, toxic people, things that just gotta go. It's about to be the middle of the year. They gotta go. If you held on to them now, it's by the end of the year, you gotta get them going.
Yeah. So like, why is mental health important to you?
I feel like a lot of reasons. I feel like my first reason is if you don't have a good mind, you can't have a good daily life. That's what I kind of live by. So like, although I'm a very dramatic person and I just feel like sometimes I don't use my brain to the full extent, you know? I feel like having a good mind, having like healthy boundaries for how people are talking to you, how you're, I don't want to say what you need from other people, but letting that be known is a good thing. Your brain always has to be something that's clear, because if it's not, you're not gonna like get through life. It's already hard enough with the things that we have to deal with. Then let's add you not in a good mental space. So yeah.
I think like for me, like mental health is just as important as like physical health, because like so much things happen, especially in the Black community. Like being a person of color is like, we deal with so much shit, like adversity, like it's hardly any diversity. So it's like so hard to be black, to be black in finance, to be black in leadership, to be black in anything, right? So I just think like it's important to take care of your mental, because like previous traumas that you have endured, that you haven't been able to like talk through, all of that, like it has an effect on you. And if you don't address that, it starts to come up in your relationships, the way you react to people, in your work environment, right? In your friendships. So it's a lot that I think like we should address and like take mental health very fucking serious. So.
Yeah. And I just feel like in the Black community especially, mental health isn't taken as serious. I don't know why. But I know that they want us as Black people to sort of suppress our feelings, like just get over it, like it's gonna be okay, life goes on. But like if you don't deal with the issues, like you said, they come up in other ways. They come up in like, the Black community is known for substance abuse. That's a big one.
For sure.
It's known for anger management. That's a big one. Depression, underlying ailments. So it's like it all comes from your mental state, which is something we can solve by just getting that looked at, getting help.
Yeah. So do you think like you believe in therapy?
Oh, I do. I 100% believe in therapy. But I only believe in therapy if the person is going to use therapy to benefit them. If they're just going to go because they're forced to go, no.
And then also if you're being honest with your therapist, right?
Yeah.
Because like if you're telling half-ass truth to your therapist, how are you going to get the best benefit? You know what I'm saying? You're really not like... So.
You have to work with your therapist, and your therapist has to work with you. Which can be hard because sometimes you don't want to talk about it. But I feel like going to your therapist, like she told me this, like if you go to your therapist and talk to somebody you don't know, sometimes it's easier than talking to people that you know.
It's so much easier. And I think like therapy got like such a bad name. Like for me, like I'm Christian. Are you Christian too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Christian. So it's like, of course we was raised like God heals everything. Like you don't need nothing outside of God. Like,
God got you.
God got you. And it's like facts, but however, God has instilled his word into people.
That can
like
help
myself.
us.
Like I'm even a therapist.
Right.
I'm an adolescent therapist, so I'm a teenager, I'm a teenage therapist. But however, it's important that even though like he can speak to you through people, right? Through situations. So it's like, why down therapy, right?
Right.
And I think like her race, like African Americans, like black people, we are the one that's totally so against therapy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, for why? And it's like, because one, as black people, we have a problem with wanting and receiving help. We don't want nobody to help us with shit.
No, because we think we can do it all. We think our problems are going to get solved unless we do it ourselves.
And I know I struggle with that too.
And I do as well.
Especially in a relationship of like, I got it, I can do it all. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I got it.
Yes. And I don't know where that stems from. I don't know if it stemmed from how we were raised. I don't know if it stems... Right.
It's a trauma response, right?
See?
It's a trauma response.
We're living through trauma responses.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
That's not healthy.
No.
Right? Because sometimes it's like, especially like, even with dating, we're not even there yet, but like, the next segment is like dating, right? And setting boundaries. But knowing like it's okay to ask for help is okay, right? African American people, specifically African American women, we're such like, we've seen our moms do it all, went to school for this, worked this job, worked that job, hard working, right? Did it all by herself. And it's like, she didn't tell us to do all of those things, but indirectly we picked up on that. And it's like, okay, don't worry about it, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
We can do it.
Yeah, and it's like, understanding when you're at that page or you're at that chapter in your life where you're able to sit in, I can't do it all by myself. And that's what I had to learn, especially when like going through postpartum. Like, I wanted to, like, I got my baby, like I'm doing this shit, like I don't got the time for nothing, like I can handle it, I can handle the stress, I can handle this, that, and the third, I can handle grad school, I can handle all of that. And it's like, Sabrina, like, you got a whole village, like, take advantage of that. And it's like,
you're never alone.
You're never alone. And it's like, we view, in us meaning black people, we view help as something wrong with me, or I'm weak.
Yes. Or I can't do it by myself. So there must be something wrong with me.
Something wrong with me. Or somebody saw something in me and now they want to help.
Right.
And it's like, can this person genuinely just want to like help you?
Yeah. And I guess it is a difference for people that want to help you because they actually genuinely do. And that's another thing. Some people don't want to help you. And that's fine too. It's okay to not want to help nobody. But don't just help people and do something crazy. Don't do it.
So our next thing, noticing when you're burnt out.
Oh, yeah.
What are some signs when you notice like you're like burnt out?
Oh, I can say this in general. When I don't want to do anything. I don't know if that's like a bad sign.
Depression.
Yes, like when you just literally
lose interest in our, like us. We started the gym together, but like we've been individually like start burnt out. Like her job search. Me and my job.
Just
we're
life.
Mentally.
Yes,
out.
Like it's like, or even like,
and our gym is across the street from our house. Like,
no,
we have no excuse.
We're exposing ourselves, and it's right down the street and across the street from our houses. But like we said, we started off with the mental health, but that's not good. I don't know how we could go up in there.
We can't do it
because that's why I said. And another sign is like when I don't feel like cleaning nothing.
Hello.
Like when I don't feel like clean, when
all of those clothes are clean.
And I know this may sound actually really terrible. When I don't feel like driving.
Oh, I love driving.
Oh, when I'm burnt out, I can't even get. I want to sit in that bed. Yes. And decompress.
I don't got the advantage. I got the child.
Okay, yeah. So this is a little different. I want to sit in the tub.
Or for me,
what?
I don't want to do nothing but just sit in the bed with Bri.
Yes.
I don't want to do nothing. I just sit with my daughter at home.
Yeah, or I don't want to eat. Not like on no suicide. I don't want to eat.
No,
but like preparing food, because that's a full-time job in itself. We should do a video on how to keep yourself not nutrient. How to keep
how to nourish
your body in your 20s. Beside track. But yeah, that's another sign.
Close to 30.
Weird in our 20s. Close to 30 is crazy.
Close to 30.
I'm just gonna keep on. What the heck are you doing? I don't pull that off. That keeps my hair from falling off. The hell, how you noticed that was on?
We've like right now, like this week, like I'm dealing with like the passing of like a college friend.
Yeah.
And like I'm emotionally unavailable. Like And it's hard, right? Like, I even talked to my supervisor about this. I was like, it's so hard to show up emotionally for these patients when I am literally drained. Like,
it's so hard to show up for other people when you it's hard to show up for yourself.
Like, I done put much into my like wardrobe this week. Like, I'm just tired. So I think like noticing like when you're slipping away and like how to still advocate for yourself and show up for yourself. Like, I could have just went to sleep today, went to traffic. I'm hearing the annoying anxiety voice in my head like, Sabrina, cancel again, like go to sleep. And I like did the opposite thing. So a skill that we teach the kids is opposite action. So like I'm doing the opposite. I'm like, I'm gonna work for myself, right? I'm gonna still do what I gotta do. I need to be amongst real genuine people like my friend. Like I need to do all of these things. I need to make more content. I need to do all of this shit. So I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to that voice. And I think it takes a brave person to be like, okay, let me do the opposite of what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking.
It takes your mind to be strong. You really have to like talk to yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but I'd be like, okay, Kennedy, like this is what we have to do. This is the plan. Do not switch the plan. Focus. And I know that sounds crazy.
No,
I have to tell myself, like when I wake up, Kennedy, you are going to go to the gym today.
And you will be fine.
You are going to eat this, and this. You will clean that room. Okay? You will take a shower at this time.
All right.
So sure. Would it dye my nail yellow?
Oh, Jesus, I hate that. So the next thing is the importance of having healthy people around you. We kind of touched bases on that a little bit, but like, it is so important in how to determine who's healthy and who's not, right? You don't want people who just brings you drama, who just like brings you down, who don't check on you. How you doing? Like, did you eat today? Like, how can I show up for you? You know what I'm saying? People who really care about your well-being, right?
Yeah.
Even if you can have healthy communication, healthy conflict, healthy arguing. I didn't even know that was a thing until I was in therapy a couple of years ago. Healthy arguing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, you can get your point across without escalating, without elevating, without being disrespectful, without hitting below the belt.
Yeah.
So when you think about like people, like if I need someone to, I'm having just a bad day, I know who to call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not alone, right? Like the other recent things that I did with was Mother's Day. Ken checked on me. I don't think I responded to the first message, but I was like, okay, Sabrina, chill. Like, she's here for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you had to talk to herself.
Like, I had to talk to myself of like, she's here for me. She's here for my well-being. And I was with her on Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? So it was like difficult in knowing how to place people in your life.
Yes, it gets harder as you get older too. It really does, because it's like the relationships that you have when you're younger, you need different things at that time. So like when we were in college and stuff, we didn't need, I don't want to say we didn't need good friendships, but the friendships look different than now that we're in our later 20s. Because like now, you don't live around a certain amount of people. You have to plan when you want to do things. You have to show up for people. You have to reach out to people, because you don't see, I don't want to say you don't see people on a day-to-day basis, but other than people that you work with or like people that you live with, you don't see them day-to-day unless you're making that effort to see your friends, to see people you care about, talk to them, check up on them. So the relationships are different. You need people that are in your life that are, not, I don't want to say benefiting you, but
in a way.
Yes, like you want people that are going to do things to like, I don't want to say get you out the house, but like do things that socially, spiritually, emotionally, that are going to fulfill all those things on a day-to-day basis, that help you with like, even like my job search, like she literally, like we talked about that, like, you need people that you can talk to, not just partying, hey, you want to go get a drink. No, you need people for that, because that's social. But everything else, you need that too.
Like, and then also like being a person of Christ, like being a woman of Christ, like people that pray over you, like especially like with Kennedy, like I pray over her, like I tell her like, relax Kennedy, you, like I'm speaking life into my friend, like I'm letting her know everything's gonna be okay, you're gonna get that job. And I'm being specific with my prayer too. I'm being specific with her, you're gonna get a job, you're gonna hear something before the end of the month, you see what I'm saying? I'm like being very specific of like pouring life into her, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's so important, because when you're low and you're like in your own head and you're in that cloud in that dark room, it's so hard to be like, who's here for me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything happens for a reason, and understanding like your friends. Like I got friends that I'll turn up with, but I'm not gonna talk about business plans with.
Oh, at all.
I got people who I'll do whatever for or whatever, but they're not gonna be in my space, not gonna be in my house.
Oh,
They're not gonna be around my kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got people who I can call when I'm in need. I got people that I can pray with. I got people that I can talk about business ventures with. I can do content with. I can uplift. I can bring her up with me. We can bring each other up. We can do whatever. We've been knowing each other for years, and it's like no ill intent. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like, oh, you do for me, I do for you. It's just pure genuine.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't like people. This is as I'm getting older. I do not like people who count in favors. Don't say, oh, you did this, and this. Oh, so why haven't you done this?
Please.
Now, if we was in college, maybe I might count 2 favors. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like we have any progress with our life. We're trying to get our life together. But what do you mean? Oh, you did this, and this for me, and now all of a sudden you looking for this, and this. Well, now I don't have nothing. How about that?
And then sometimes even in relationships and friendships, sometimes it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20.
10-90.
Motherfucker.
Lord, hell.
Like it's hard, but understanding like, okay, is this person worth it? Knowing who is worth being in your life and all of that. Like, you have to pray for discernment. Discernment is so important. Like,
listen to your little voice.
Listen to your voice. Listen to God. Ask God to help you. Like, hey, like, I'm debating if I should do this or if I should do that. God, give me the power of discernment and a sign to make me be able to move forward and to make the most appropriate, efficient decision. You know? So.
And every time, it doesn't matter what it is. If you decide what to eat and you just don't know what you should eat, just pray. I'm serious. It could be the smallest of the smallest thing and the biggest of the biggest thing. Don't ever just pray about it, and then also let it go.
Let it go. And that's like a big thing of Black community. Like, we don't know when to let shit go.
I'm telling you, me, don't know when to let it go, because I'll be thinking about stuff. I kid you not, maybe from last year, like, why did I do that? Let it go. Let it go.
I'm thinking about getting my lick back,
bitch. Right, no, and we can't do that, because I'm telling you, I will keep thinking and thinking again, and then
okay, now why am I thinking about it? Because clearly I'm not fucking wrong, bitch.
Right, and then let me text them, because obviously they didn't get my message last year, so let me text them again.
You doing all that? That's the Leo in her.
It is, because what's wrong with y'all? Don't ever be over here thinking you got it good. No, I'm going to let you know again. Because if you're confused, you must be confused. Because don't play with me, especially on my Christian phone. Don't do it. No.
My Christian phone is crazy. So that leads us to when to cut off unhealthy friends and family. Is there a such thing as toxic family?
Absolutely. The toxic family is, I'll give you 1, 2, and 3 reasons. The first one is, if your family always want you to do something for them, and then when you do something, well, why you not doing this? I'm your family. What? Just because you my family? Absolutely
that means, I think family think they're so entitled, right?
Oh, they think that.
As like, if we were sisters.
Right. I'll let them know.
Oh, you entitled, like, oh, I owe you.
Oh, and that's absolutely wrong.
This video blow up 10K views. I get payout maybe 10K views. I get a payout of 20K. Oh, I'm gonna need that.
So I would need that.
That is entitled.
Oh, and they think that. Oh, they think that. Like, let's say we won $1 million on the lottery.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you ain't gonna get me no house and no car.
You know I got these bills. Really? You knew that before I got this money as well. I am so sorry to hear that from you. And don't get me wrong, we help out when you're supposed to. But don't expect something from me. Don't expect,
and that's the thing. When people have expectations of you, that's not love.
No.
Using me as like a dollar sign, counting pockets, figuring out when I'm gonna do this and when I'm gonna pay you back, and you need this in return. For me, I move off of my heart, right? I move off of what feels right in the moment. If I got it, my people got it. If you need $10, if you need a car ride, if you need whatever, I'ma do it. I'm not thinking of like, oh, this person gonna have to do this for me and then that for me.
But don't expect I'm supposed to do it.
Like, don't expect nobody to do nothing for you. Lead with intent. Lead with purity. Like, don't. And that's something that God teaches us how to operate. Kind of like symbolizing his love through us, right? God teaches us the importance of unconditional love and what love is, like our vows. Hello, like, love does not boast. Love does not brag. Love does not put you down. Love isn't confusing. Love isn't weird. Love doesn't belittle you. You know what I'm saying? Love isn't an eye for an eye. God says, I will handle that. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much, and family can be toxic, and it can be so hard to accept. Like my ex, like
My father?
hello, my mother,
All of them?
all of them, probably both. Check.
Right.
And it's just like there's like my ex is so hard to like. He was so hard to accept the fact that like family can be toxic because people viewpoints are that's family, that's still your mom, that's still your sister, that's still your cousin, that's still your dad.
And you are totally right. Yeah, they are.
Hello. And it's like you should work it out. You should.
Nope.
When is your breaking point? When can I set a boundary with them of like, hey, you cannot scream at me and yell at me and belittle me. This does not make me weak because I'm having an expectation and a boundary.
And the boundary is the number one thing. Just because I'm your family does not mean you can control me.
No.
Period. No.
Like
exclamation.
You can't control me, and you can't like every human being desires respect. If I'm setting a boundary of like, hey mom, don't yell at me. Why do you think it's important to yell at me and be like, oh, you too sensitive, you too whatever?
Oh,
like,
the downgrading of the emotions because I know I'm an emotional person already, and if you do something crazy to me, 9 times out of 1,000, I am going to respond in an emotional way. Yeah. So, and if you know that about me, why would you do things that are going to make me act this way?
People should know how to move with you, right?
Exactly.
People should know how to be gentle with you. Like, I would never tell her, like, yeah, bitch, you dumb as hell.
You know, that's never going to work.
Do she make some decisions that
aren't too bright?
Me off?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I have been. Do. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I would still cry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to cry.
But I said that because I know how to, people should know how to handle you.
Yes.
People are not going to always know. You have to tell them, right? I'm not going to belittle her. I'm not going to put her down. I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to call her stupid. I'm not going to call her
I
whatever.
would never do that.
Like, that's just not helping. And if family does that negative,
it's too much. I can't have all that negative energy. I can't have no negative energy. I can't have nobody who's talking to me crazy. And I can't have none of that. If you just feel awful around a person, don't be around them. Family, friends, relationships, cousins, employees, everybody. Learn to keep a healthy distance.
A healthy distance, and nothing is wrong with that. Like,
no.
When you see things are not working, things are coming to disrupt your spirit. You upset, you worrying, you scared, you sad, you whatever. All of those negative emotions. That's a sign to be like, okay, I need to reflect on this. Reflect on how I'm feeling, and also take a step back.
Oh, more than
and you can't make me feel wrong for taking a step back.
A jump back. Steps is too slow at this point. Like, we gotta get the jumping.
Hopscotch.
Yeah.
Okay, so our final thing we're gonna talk about is we kind of talked about how do we show unconditional love. Yeah. How do we show unconditional love?
Being genuine. That's all I really got.
What's an example?
Thinking about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Like, if someone has an issue, don't think about it from your point of view. Think about how they might feel in that moment.
And listen. Actively listening.
Listen. I just made a TikTok about this. Sometimes you do not have to talk.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Sometimes your friends don't need you to talk. They literally just need you to listen. It is not because your opinions and your emotions are not valid to what they're saying. They don't need all that right now. Obviously, they have an issue. They are confused within themselves right now. So adding all your opinions, sometimes it's not going to help.
Sorry.
Huh?
I said sorry.
For what?
I don't know. Sometimes I
Well, that's because I asked a question. Then I wouldn't want you to be like, no, I don't have an opinion. Okay. Girl, no. She thinks I'm talking about her.
No.
Oh.
I just take accountability, like, right? Because sometimes I know I can be very vocal.
Me too. That's just how
and that's something that's like with friends too. Like, like I don't want her to assume that she was talking about, like, I didn't assume you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but no, just in general. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's okay to not talk.
Yeah.
And that goes for anybody. Like,
because I like my space. And as an adult, oh my God. We've been growing up, like, being around people for so long, we never learned how to be alone.
Oh, and let me tell you, being alone, that is something we gotta learn quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Move that you can do is to learn to be by yourself. You get to learn yourself. You get to be in love with yourself. Like when I told y'all I was single for 2 years, right? I've been single for 2 years. I was engaged, right? I was engaged. I called off the engagement. It was pretty much mutual, but Bitch, I called off the engagement.
So I called
off the engagement back in 2022.
Yeah.
And we wasn't together. We were still working it out, trying to co-parent and all of that, but Rennie wasn't born yet. And I had to understand that I have to step away from myself and to learn me again.
Yes.
Learn what I like, learn what I don't like, how to be alone. Like, I've always been in these relationships back to back to back to back. I never been able to sit with myself. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'm saying, well, this shit's still not working. This relationship, this co-parent said it's not getting nowhere. We're not building our family back together. Right. It's not working. Okay, cool. God is teaching me something. God is telling me to be quiet and sit down and sit with him, right? I had to do like work. I had to sit with myself, cry with myself, face myself, and be like,
it takes time to learn yourself.
And to be like, yeah, Bri, like, I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy with you. And to just pour into myself and forgive myself for things and mistakes that I have settled for, that I've literally put myself in.
Forgiving yourself.
And it's hard, right? And I just think it's important when we learn the importance of how can we expect love unconditionally and maybe conditionally if we don't know how to pour that in ourselves. And of course, we're not going to do it always right. We're not going to always know the answer. We're not going to do any of that. We're not going to be a fucking genius of this life shit. We're not. But you can, just as important as your, oh my God, Kennedy, you look pretty. How about you put it into yourself? How about you showing up for you? Showing up for you looks like different things. Showing up for you is doing your favorite hobby, taking yourself out on a date. I love solo dates. You love.
Yes, I go on them often. I take myself right on out and I sit inside the restaurant.
Oh,
sure do.
I sure do.
And I watch it. Girl, I would pull up a movie at the table, sit down, watch. I would get.
They be like, is anybody joining you? Oh no, girl, it's just me.
Oh no, not joining me. Just me, seriously. And they look crazy. I said, problem? Because you know my ass. Why you looking crazy? People can come eat by themselves. That should be a normal thing.
I love it. And I sit at the bar by myself. I be mad. I got my wings. I got my talk. I got whatever I have.
Because you know it's not hard for us to meet friends. I can be a friend if I want to talk. But I don't want to be talking. That's the whole point. I go alone. How about that?
Like, and unconditional love is loving without limits, right? Loving without wanting anything in return. Loving without thinking of what's gonna happen. Loving is, I love you despite your flaws. I love you despite what you may do, right? Despite what you may not even know. I love you because I love you. I want to see you do great. And it's not a price tag. It's not something that's too big or too small that I wouldn't do for you. Unconditional love is strictly just loving without limits and not thinking of yourself. I've always told myself, and I've always told my partners, I try to mirror how God loves me. And how God loves us. I try my hardest, right? It doesn't always show up as perfect all the time, but I try, like, for the most part, I try to just love with my whole heart, with nothing in return. If I got an extra couple of dollars in the drive-through, people will be like, oh, do you want $1? Donate $1. Go ahead. Car conditioner or something. Go ahead, right? If somebody is saying like they need this, I'm just gonna do it. And it's not because I'm forced to or I feel like I should, but it's like
that's just how you are.
It's just how I am, right? And it's because like I just know like doing good is for the benefit of them. I want that person to feel loved, right? I want to be able to be God's vessel to be like, oh my God, like God is working through her. I've heard other older people tell me like, oh my God, God is gonna bless you. God is working on you. And I'm like, oh, I'm just being nice. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being who I am. Like, and I think showing up as your authentic self, not what you see on Instagram, not mirroring these trends, none of that. Showing up as your authentic self, pouring into you, pouring into what you love, all of that. So that's pretty much it for this video. So yes, I hope y'all enjoy this. We're gonna be at least doing videos at least once a week.
I would say once a week.
Like,
and then we get more consistent, maybe twice a week.
Maybe twice a week.
When y'all tell us what y'all want us to talk about, because we got a lot to say, but like we want to hear what y'all want to hear. Like, let's talk about it together, you know? Meet us in the comment section.
Let us know down below what videos y'all want us to see, what videos y'all want us to talk about. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. Like this video.
Comment and
so
subscribe.
much. Comment and subscribe. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. See you in my next video.